What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here, and we have a special mock draft Monday for you guys. Usually, it would be me up here going through, a full 2-round mock or going through a full Packers mock and just explaining picks, and that's fun. But I had you guys send in some Packers mock drafts from Twitter and Facebook, and we're going to go through these here on this video. Just kind of take a look at, okay, is this a popular pick on a lot of these? Is this a Packers fit for a lot of these mock drafts? So we'll go through them all now. Sit back, enjoy, and also let me know in the comments which one you liked the best. Off we go. All right, guys, here we go. We get to 11 mocks for you all. We'll start with Adam Huddle first here. Sent this in from Twitter. We go Braylon Trice at 25, Tyler Newman at 41, TJ Tampa, the corner from Iowa State, at 48 via trade up. You get Junior Colson, linebacker from Michigan, at 88, Jonathan Brooks, running back from Texas, at 91, Javon Foster, the tackle from Missouri, at 126, Javon Baker, the wide receiver from UCF, at 166, Drake Nugent, center from Michigan, at 215. You get Jalen Green, the edge rusher from James Madison, and Akeem Dent, the safety from Florida State, late in the 7th round. So what I like about this one, I think, Goody going with the size profile that he often does at edge rusher right in the first round. That's something interesting. You get a Trice, Gary, Van Ness trio if you maybe move on from Preston Smith. Obviously Enagbari's got to recover from the ACL injury. Newman, Tampa, and Dent is a really nice way to attack the secondary. Newman's a really good player in zone. I like TJ Tampa's size of the position, can play physical ball. And then you get a nice player in Akeem Dent. I think, maybe you prioritize a true slot here would be maybe the only critique, because I like Jonathan Brooks, even off the ACL. Javon Baker's an excellent three-phase receiver you add to the room. And then Foster and Nugent give you plenty of depth to continue to reinforce offensive line and not sit on your laurels there. And then, you get a big dude in Junior Colson with tons of athleticism. I really, really, really like this mock. I think it covers a lot of good bases. Maybe nickel is the only thing that is missing there. And potentially guard. Maybe you're moving Drake Nugent over there, but guard and nickel would be the two places that I would say might still need work. And then the double dip at edge, to me, maybe a little bit much. Dave Steger sends this one in. He did it with some trade backs. I omitted a name on the list because he's going back to school. PFF still has some of those names in their simulator, but there's still a lot of picks here that really intrigue me. You get Cam Kinchens at 27, the safety from Miami, even via trade back. So Green Bay gets 27 and 35 from Arizona in this move back, a really nice move. Quinyon Mitchell at 35, the corner from Toledo. Byron Murphy at 41, the defensive lineman from Texas. Edgerrin Cooper at 57. We mentioned him already. Johnny Wilson, wide receiver, Florida State, 6'6", 237 at 88. Blake Corum, running back, Michigan, at 91. Mo Camara, edge rusher from Colorado State, at 125. You get another mock with Javon Foster. Keaton Oladapo, the safety from Oregon State. Layden Robinson, guard from A&M. Christian Jones, tackle from Texas. And then Joshua Carty, a kicker from Stanford, to give some competition for Anders Carlson, even though Podlesny was signed. The kicker competition is funny. I do think, you look at, Jones, Robinson, and Foster. That's a really nice trio on the offensive line. Robinson potentially takes a guard spot, and you have a lot of tackle depth there, which I really, really like. I like Mo Camara on the edge. That's a really nice pick. Oladapo, Mitchell, and Kinchens is really exciting in the secondary. Once again, maybe just skimping out on nickel would be my only concern here. I like Murphy and Cooper. Murphy, this would be a steal. I'm almost certain he's going round 1. But hey, it's a mock draft. You can't control all of that necessarily. Wilson would be an insane add with the catch radius to the receiver room. Definitely a kind of a Goody type would be really cool. Blake Corum might not be a Packers type, honestly, just based on the height, but he would be an excellent back, I think, to pair with Aaron Jones, bring some leadership to the team. All in all, I think Dave did a really nice job here. Okay. Fetty on Twitter sent this one in on the PFN simulator. Another one with Cameron Kinchens up there. I think Kinchens is going to be popular at 25 in mocks, just because a lot of people like Cooper DeJean. He's just not falling there. So you get you dress safety in what's is a pretty lackluster class, right? You have Kinchins and Newman at the top, and then there's maybe Bullock, maybe Javon Bullard. Like those are guys. There maybe are some names later that you could look at, but it's not the best. So I get people prioritizing safety early. I would probably do the same thing. So Kinchin's here again. The range, the size for the safety position is really, really good. If you believe you can get the best out of him, he's still a young ascending player. Then we get Zach Frazier at 41, an interesting pick here just because it's a good zone center. He's got a lot of snaps under his belt, a lot of experience. He's rehabbing from an injury, but he seems to be ahead of schedule. He's a tough son of a gun. He plays, he's got the wrestling background, but he plays with, a nasty demeanor, but also really controlled aggression. I would like that if they want to go the route of replacing, Josh Myers, maybe kicking him over to guard. Kalen Carson, plenty of size, length at the cornerback position. Braylon Allen, they're going big here at running back, which I think is interesting. That's I think Braylon Allen's fit would be pretty good in Green Bay. I think the fit in the Wisconsin offense last year was not great. He's still got some breakaway speed. He's still tough. He's got good rush tempo. The processing speed is really good. And I think like if they want to go big again, if they want to go to that Dylan size again, Allen's their guy there. Kieran Amagaji from Yale plays really, really good ball. I really liked what I saw from him at Yale. There's a few games up, cut-ups of him. He plays aggressive, but he's got pretty good technique, good knee bend. I like what I see there, and he would be a really nice developmental piece. Tyke Smith from Georgia played really well this past year at safety. He might be the nickel in this scenario, honestly, right? And you have Kinchins play safety, you have Carson at outside corner. You add some linebacker depth, and of course, why not, add to the kicker competition? I like this one too. I think the one thing with this one is a little late at linebacker. Love the secondary thing though, and I do think like this kind of pretty much hits everything. Like I said, I think the linebacker and maybe another corner would be the way that I would maybe improve this one, but a really solid one here. A Goose sent this one in. Again, some familiar names. I want to point out once again, PFF having Tate Ratledge in the simulator, it's not going to work. We'll replace that name with somebody there. I think, but we'll call it like it is. It's a guard. We'll just say that kind of yes, this was the approach, right? So Braylon Trice again at the top. We've talked about it. Good size, for the position for Goody very often. Amagaji again here. Brooks at running back to pair. Tyke Smith, I think, takes the nickel spot. That's the only thing for me about this one that I'm not super thrilled about is I think Mustafa is more of a box player. You get Smith, who's more of a nickel. Do you have that rangy play and that play half the field safety in this scenario? You get some linebacker depth though with Bertrand, who's interesting. Evan Anderson's a big dude, kind of a nose tackle. Would they go that route? I'm not sure. But Goose gets center help with Tanner Bortolini here from Wisconsin, and then another tackle in Roger Rosengarten. So again, good job addressing offensive line. Obviously, Ratledge is just you could replace him basically with just any guard there. And I think this is a big investment in offensive line. Edge seems like they'll probably invest there. You get your running back, you get Hayden Hatton, who's kind of a late round darling for some people in terms of like the metrics and what he kind of could provide an offense. This is pretty solid. Again, I think 4 picks on the offensive line might be a little bit much. And I do think they still need a true safety in this one here from Goose. Jacob Wolf sent this one in via Twitter as well. Another trade, this time with Baltimore. So lands some picks here. So Tyler Newman's the pick at 25. Really like him in a deep half. Really like his run fit skills. He just does everything really well. He might be already at his ceiling, but the ceiling is a really, really solid player in the league. Kamari Lassiter at corner. You go upside at the cornerback spot. Jeremiah Trotter at linebacker. Like that, he plays aggressive, good blitzer, good cover guy. He would probably be off the ball. Trey Benson, the thing with Benson to me is the fit. Will he be a good zone scheme fit? I do like the processing skills. I do like the reactionary skills and the athleticism and the footwork in a lot of regards. He's got the burst. He's plays tough. He runs through contact. So I like the pairing with Jones there. Mahogany's a really good run blocker. This might be a little bit of a change, but he's killing at the Shrine Bowl right now. He's crushing it there. Mustafa, we've already talked about box safety. We talked about Nugent replacing at center. Isaiah Davis, another running back here with some power to his name. Oladapo and Christian Jones. Overall, like this, 3 offensive linemen's a really nice touch. I think you get your kind of box player here. You get a corner, you get another safety. Again, nickel is my one question mark overall, and maybe the fit of Benson is, something they'd have to work out. But overall, a really strong draft that addresses plenty of needs. Kevin sent this one in via Twitter as well. Kinchins and Mitchell seems like a dream start. And then you get your nickel here in Jarian Jones, who I really like as well. I do think Tavondre Sweat and Cooper Beebe might not be Packers types just due to the size, right? Sweat, I think now verified at like 346, and Beebe's going to be closer to 330. Would love them to take this direction, right? Beebe could be a people mover in the run game. Really strong player, has played a lot of different spots on the offensive line, and Sweat would be a really nice nose tackle. Not sure Green Bay would do this, but I really like this in terms of additions. I think Jarian Jones would be a fantastic nickel. You get Mitchell playing zone, you get Kinchins. That's really, really good from Kevin here. Chris sent this one and he put some notes in as well, which I really like. So Ennis Rakestraw Jr. at 25. We mentioned Sweat already. We mentioned Newbin, Junior Colson, right? Jalen Wright, speed. We've talked about him a little bit, at times on the pod, at times on the live show. The game breaking speed, the breakaway runs. He's pretty elusive. He's a pretty good pass blocker as well. So I think that gives you, a nice baseline there for third downs. We've mentioned Layden Robinson. He would stack in at right guard. Harrison Mevis, you get kicker competition. Another Hayden Hatton sighting, a tight end in McAllen Castles. And then Charles Woods, he put Woods in to be funny. Who knows, but why chance it? West Virginia safety here. So I like this. I think that Rakestraw is interesting. Will he have enough size for Goody to go that direction? Perhaps. Rakestraw plays really tough. We've talked about Sweat potentially probably not being a fit, even though this would be a great ad for them. Newbin Colson would be excellent. We've talked about Robinson before. A nice little potential late round gem. Chris points that out in the notes. I like this one quite a bit. I think the one thing that might be missing is the nickel, but maybe Woods is that guy. But I do like this. This is a really solid one overall. Ray sent a few in, and I want to hit on a few of them here. Obviously, Trice again. Chris Jenkins, a really solid run defending defensive tackle who, athletically could unlock juice as a pass rusher. I'm not mad at that at all. Jarian Jones, corner from Florida State, again on there. Hicks at safety might be better off playing near the line of scrimmage. And then Dominic Puny, who I think, guard tackle versatility, I think could have a big Senior Bowl week. I like this overall in terms of you got your nickel, you got a versatile offensive lineman. Chris Jenkins would be a nice add. I just think Hicks might be better off in the box, and Trice might be in this one based on what happened after, might be a little rich going edge this early, but it's an intriguing one. All defense until grabbing a versatile offensive lineman. Very interesting. And then Ray sent this one in, which I wanted to cover as well. Another one with Jarian Jones on there to play nickel. Cam Kinchins, again, safety. Amagaji. Peyton Wilson, who might not be on Green Bay's board just due to age and injury concerns, but I really like him. He's a really, really good player at linebacker. This would be kind of what they need. I think him or Colson are really excellent fits. Cooper's a nice one in coverage, but like Peyton Wilson does everything really well. Love this shout. Marshawn Nealand from Western Michigan reportedly has the size at edge that Goody would like. Really interested to see how he does at the Senior Bowl. I like this run from Ray as well. Tucker Craft Mac on Twitter sent this one in. It's a 2-pager on a really nice simulator here. Another one with Kinchins, another one with Brooks, another one with Cooper, getting Cedric Van Pran, reliable center, plenty of a high football IQ with that pick. Another one with Braylon Allen. James Williams is interesting. He goes with the Miami duo. James Williams, good box safety, potential linebacker conversion incoming. Another one from Miami, Javion Cohen to play some guard. Joshua Cephas going receiver there. Steele Chambers at linebacker. Trevor Keegan at guard from Michigan. You get Jason Jones defensive line, and then Caden Wallace, another 7th-round swing on a Penn State player. Yeah, this one's interesting as well. You look at 1, 2, 3, 4 picks, and again, the offensive line. You go the Miami duo at safety. I just think, corner. That's the one thing missing with this one big time is a corner that could help you out. That's really the biggest weakness that I see here. And then Garrett Stritzel sent this one in on Facebook, actually. And this is an intriguing one. Chop Robinson, obviously a lot of athletic tools going edge there from Penn State. Quinyon Mitchell shows up again. Byron Murphy, that late would be excellent. Tommy Eichenberg, a reliable downhill, player against the run at linebacker. That might be where Green Bay needs, genuinely. And then Max Melton, the guy with maybe inside-out versatility, could move him into nickel. Would like that. And then Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver from Florida. Pearsall, a nice player, tough receiver, nice separator. I think would be an interesting add to the room. I would add more speed personally. I think you got to get to safety earlier in this one. And that might be where that pick comes in, and it's Nubin or Kinchins rather than Chop Robinson. But overall, I'd like the corner duo in Mitchell and Melton. Byron Murphy, that lay would be exceptional. And then you get some reliability perhaps with Tommy Eichenberg there. And there you have it. So 11 mock drafts for you from Twitter and Facebook. Love this exercise because I think it's really fun to go through and see just kind of how other people would approach some mock drafts for the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, of course, the simulators will be able to clean up guys who returned, and there were a few of them in there, of course, but obviously the big thing is to just kind of look at, see how people would address the needs. So like I said, drop a comment below on which mock you think was the best one. Would love to hear from y'all on that. Like, subscribe. There's a lot more content for the draft and for the Packers coming very soon on the channel. I will catch you guys in the next video. Farewell.